Jeez, I'm having a nightmare the last couple of days. How do we get this off? Good evening, everyone, or good morning, everyone. Hopefully you're all keeping well. Welcome back to the Irish Hotspur, guys. I've had an absolute nightmare last night and this morning. So last night I was going to do the predicted lineup. Mic issues. Finally got it sorted. Recorded it. No sound. So that's just left up on the YouTube channel in private. Can't make it public because not all you can see is my motor mouth moving. Then I go to get on this morning and same problems and stuff like that. So, nightmare. If my mic goes, Paul's going to have to carry the show, and Dermo's on his way. We had to send in the SAS to go and wake him up out of bed. But we are going to the lad down under. Paul, how are you keeping, my man?
I'm all right, man. I'm sort of excited to be back watching football, but I don't know. A little bit worried, man. A little bit worried, but it'd be good to see. Good to see Spurs running out again, man. It's been a long time. It feels like bloody years.
Look, I really could do with a pick me up with Spurs today. It'd be absolutely nice. A lot of injuries to contend with, though, Paul. A lot, hell of a lot, man.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe I'm hoping Ange's been a little bit cagey. He's a wily old fox, a bit cagey about Pape Matar. That's what I'm hoping, man.
Yeah, look, I'm hoping so. I hope Pape Matar is fit. But on the other hand, part of me doesn't really want to risk him either, Paul, because, you know, if he's out, if he ends up carrying a knock and he's out for a while as well, it will absolutely spell disaster. But look, we'll get into it. We'll welcome some people in, and then we'll crack on. I've got a lot of talking points today, Paul. Probably won't get through the most. People have to follow us over to Tottenham TV after to hear us discuss the rest. Big up, Peter Aga says, big up, everyone. Think we will win today, and the score will be 3-2 with so many players out injured and suspended. It is hard times for us now. Keep the faith in Ange. Come on, you Spurs. Love that. But Peter, big up Ribsy85. Hey, all, come on, you Spurs. Glad to be back at it. Finally, big up Ribsy, my man. Hopefully you're keeping well. Who else we got? George Carderas, he says, back against the wall win today. Come on, you Spurs. Big up DJ Samuel all the way from North London. Hopefully you're keeping well, my man. Are you going to the game today? AF in Oz, good to see you. Big up, everyone. Our front six can help our defence most by maintaining possession and taking whatever opportunities arise. Stop looking at the scoreboard and stick to the game plan. Absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on. That has to be key today. That's why, personally, I prefer the banter in the deeper role, collecting the ball off Davies or Dyer. Big up, Rob Belcher. You know, I was only thinking about you yesterday as I made sure this guy a text during the week. See how he is. How are you keeping, Rob? Hopefully you're keeping well, my man. Good to see you in the building. Faz Rafar, hopefully you're keeping well. Sorry, you're probably going today. So big up my favourite channel. Let's get behind Ange, irrespective of results. I'm watching on TV and our neighbours are on alert about my shoutings. Come on, you Spurs. 3-1. Yeah, look. Honestly, my neighbours have tried saying it to me in a nice way. They're like, just David, fair loud, doing your match day stuff, and it's just like, and I really couldn't care less at this point. They tried to say it to me nicely though, but look, at the end of the day, I'm a passionate Spurs fan, so they have to accept that. Solista, morning, sirs. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Solista. How are them songs going that you put up on Twitter? Spurs GCTV, morning, guys. Good to see you in the building. We got Donovan Oosterreicher. Come on, my man. Hopefully you're keeping well. Good to see you this morning. Shem Tan says, hey, Donovan, it's a bit early for you to be up, is it not? Very early. Shem Tan says, hey, Dave and Hotspur, hippie, hey, Paul, how did you get from Jacobs El Paso takes the studio to Ireland so quickly?
Oh, it's the magic of the internet, man. Magic of the internet.
He has Concorde still. Paul still has Concorde.
He's just sitting out the back, ticking over.
He's ready to go to the Hotspur Stadium after this. Or on to Tottenham TV studios. Phil Coyce, big up, Phil. Good morning, Spurs fans. Big up, Dave and Paul. Feel nervous about today's game. This is a 6-pointer against Phil. It's a must-win. Head is saying a 2-2 draw. Heart is saying 2-1 Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. Look, it's a big
Go with your heart, man.
Huh?
Go with your heart, man.
Always go with the heart. Makes you feel better, lad. Makes you feel better. But Phil, what I would say, my man, is that look, if we win today, we got 11 points for City to set up a mouth-watering tie. next weekend against those fuckers. So, I mean, I really want it today, my man. I really do. We have Tom McGarren says, Villa 3-1 win. Great to see you. Miss TC Hotspur, big up everyone. Everything crossed for the win today. Come on, you Spurs. The Welsh guy says, game day, big up, Dave. Peace and love, Paul. Come on, you Spurs. Hopefully you enjoyed that crumble Friday night, Welsh guy. Sadly, no Arsenal tears last night, but look, their time will
from
come.
Ramsdale.
It's one of them false storm before Christmas. We got up by Christmas and they sit there crying. That'd be brilliant. Oh, yeah, and Ramsdale. Yeah, geez, he was shocking yesterday. He's absolutely shocking. Joe Phillips says, Ollie Watkins is the main danger between Porro and Dyer. Absolutely spot on. Morning, Paddy Higgins. Morning, John G. Hopefully you're keeping well. We also have Dara. Ange has my full backing, but has to adapt to the Prem. The Prem is an unforgiving league. Well, Dara, we do have a talking point about that, and we will get into that. I sort of agree with Paul. I think I know where he's going to go, and I sort of agree with it. And then also Prashant, Dara, Ledley, and Oz here in India will be watching the match with legends. Come on, you Spurs at the air. They're over there doing a watch along, believe it or not, Paul. We had Ash on Friday.
Oh, okay, yeah. Ash was on. She was commenting on Jacob's stream this morning. Very excited. I mean, I'm stoked for them. Aussie R Dealers is my favourite player, so it should be great.
Yeah. It's Ledley King is one of mine as well. So it's going to be absolutely a fantastic day out, and hopefully we can get more Spurs fans. That'd be absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
And just go and enjoy yourself, my man, and have a great day. And also big up Hamish, morning mate, from Glasgow, I presume. And then Lee Moody, can't wait for today's game after the international break. Same here, my man. International break is so pointless and boring, especially the second one. But look, we do have Dermot Trom. We managed to get the SAS to send him in, get him out of bed. How are we, my man?
Not too bad. I did text you last night saying what time, and I never got a reply. I thought it'd be on about 11 o'clock. That'd be grand. Oh,
so I had the nightmare. I was trying to sort audio last night and everything. I didn't even look at my phone.
How are you, Paul?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you?
Not too bad. Do you know, every time I see Paul, right, and he goes back into his background, he reminds me of Moses. Don't ask me why. I'm just expecting to come out with the 10 Commandments, like
Charlton Heston, man. Charlton Heston.
That's it. The 10 Commandments he's got there. We shall win the league. Or Arsenal shall not win nothing. I just expect him to come out with the Tottenham 10 Commandments. Sorry, Paul. I don't mean to be rude, but just every time I see it, I think of Moses. So big up, man.
Good to see you, though, Daryl. Good to see you with a smile on your face, my man. Great to see you.
Yeah,
and everyone, don't worry today. I have gone with the no sugar Monster Energy, so do not worry about me. No sugar whatsoever. I don't know. Full of caffeine. Pure caffeine.
Yeah. You and me both, Dave. I'm on the no sugar Coke, but plenty of caffeine in that as well.
Look, needs must, man. Needs must. And then Dark Sun G says, come on, you Spurs. I hope some scores today like he did for Korea. Well, look, he's actually got a good record against Villa, believe it or not. I wasn't actually expecting him to score against Wolves last week because I think he hasn't scored in his last 9 against Wolves, interestingly enough. But today, he's got a good record against Villa, and I think he will. Great win for Sonny against China during the international break. Led the team to glory there. By the way, Dark Sun G, let me know if you know that fan that pulled down the Spurs jersey in front of them all. Absolute legend. Spurs should be bringing him over, bringing him out with the team and everything else. What an absolute hero. Absolutely love that from him. Great shithousery. That, Son G, good morning to you, sir, and hopefully you're keeping well. What time is it over there for you this morning, my man? Great to see you in the building, though, and also big up Carl Higgins as well. Now, we're just going to get into everything you guys need to know. Close your eyes for the second image. We'll put on a blindfold. You probably won't want to see that, but we'll get on to this one first. Of course, the game takes place at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the greatest stadium in the world. Kickoff is at 2 p.m. as well. In the the referee is Rob Jones. Now, give me 1 second. I know Dark Sun G likes a few stats on the referee, so I went out my way yesterday to find some. Now, where's this little twerp? Where is he? Here it is. So, guess what? The guy's given 2 penalties this season, both of them against Spurs. The one versus Brentford, not a penalty. And the one versus Arsenal against Romero for the handball, which I concede may be a penalty. And he's given 8 yellow cards to Spurs players across them 2 games. So don't expect any favours from the referee in today's game is basically what I'm trying to tell you. But his name is Rob Jones. And then in the VAR room, we have Jared Gillet, and I believe he's actually Australian as well. So Gillet, whatever you want to call it. I'm trying to be fancy. He's in the VAR room. And then if you want to watch the game in the UK and Ireland, of course, it's on Sky Sports. In America, it's on NBCSN. In Canada, it's on Football TV. And in Australia, it is on Optus Sports. And you guys can return here for the watch long at 1:30 today with myself, which will be absolutely brilliant. And then we introduce, close your eyes to this one. So many. Do you know what? There was actually that many I couldn't even fit them all on. So I just left.
Change the font.
But as you can see, Romero out suspended, no Zuma out suspended on the Van hamstring, Madison ankle, Solomon meniscus, Seth Young hamstring, Phillips ankle, Richarlison pelvic, Perisic ACL. I think Alfie Whiteman's gone as well. Madness, absolute madness. And then Villa, Buendia and Means are out. There was a few late fitness tests for them, like Matty Cash and people like that. But that many, I couldn't even get them on the page. I mean, sad times. Sad times that we're accumulating that many. So that's everything that everybody needs to know. Good morning, Thomas. Welcome in, Ronnie. Welcome in, Mick Kermaddock as well. Great to see you in the building. Rick and Rio as well, my man. Good to see you in the building. Hopefully you're keeping well. And then Adrian Chases, big up, lads. All set for the roller coaster of the High Line. It's going to be a scary ride and not for the faint-hearted, but win, lose, or draw, I'm all aboard. Come on, you Spurs. Adrian, look, I'm one of these. I don't believe we should be changing the High Line just to suit them 2 guys. I'd argue anyone that says we need to change the High Line to suit Dyer and Davies would be the same people that argued saying they couldn't play that low defensive line underneath Antonio Conte, Jose Mourinho, people like that. So I don't understand why we'd want to switch back to something we already know that doesn't work, because I was told they perform better in a high line on than playing more attacking football. So I'm one of these. I don't think we should switch to a low line. Paul, where are you at with it?
Yeah, no, we've got to keep doing what we're doing. Ange won't change anyway. It's pointless even, suggesting it or discussing it. We're playing the high line. But you're right, Matt. I mean, what were they like last year? Terrible. And the year before. That's if they're playing, So now we'll get on to how we think the game's going to go. But high line. That's it. Forget it.
And I'm going to push you deeper in a little while on, Ange's principles and why he needs to knuckle down and stick to them. But I definitely agree with that. Dermo, where are you at with it?
I agree with Paul. I mean, everything Paul, I can't say anything different. Ange and the High Line, stick to it. It's what we are. It's who we are. It's who we are, mate. It's who we are. We're not going to change for anyone. So, keep the High Line. Look, we've got to stick to a principle. We've got to stick to a way and stick to it. We can't be chopping and changing. Mm-hmm. If we start chopping and changing, the players are never going to learn Ange's way. So we stick to it every game. There's going to be bumps in the road. Just come on. It is a roller coaster, but Spurs will win today. Mm-hmm. Of course, we're going to win. It's only Aston Villa. Who are they? No one.
No, absolutely spot on. And look, Adrian, this next period of games, it's going to be tough, right? Especially with all the injuries and suspension. And I just hope we have announced this time to not go after the manager, not go after the best player in our team. Because this all happened last season. People went after Kane. He was the problem. People went after Conte, this, that, and the other. Whatever you think back then, fine. But please, just this time around, can we be smarter? Let's not go after Son. Let's not go after Ange. Let's not go after Romero. A lot of people blaming Romero. Well, not blaming Romero, but saying he's unreliable. But that's only highlighted because the drop-off in terms of the squad depth is so noticeable. If that wasn't there, you wouldn't be talking about Romero's red cards whatsoever. But big up, Adrian Chia, my man. Really appreciate the support, brother. Absolute top man. And then we welcome a few more in. Eddie 22. Good morning, my man. I feel we could catch a cold today. If we scrape a draw, it's a result for us. Big up, Eddie. Also, big up Tottenham, Tom. Morning, lads, and everyone. Come on, you Spurs. Good morning, sir. Edward, good morning, sir. Also, Daniela Zito. What do you mean Ange won't change? He changed versus Wolves. didn't he, Paul?
Well, no, I think the players let him down. The players didn't do what they were supposed to do, and he said as much in the press conference yesterday or the day before. Said we didn't play well, and I really liked his honesty. You know, there was no blaming, you know, the sinking of the Titanic or whatever Arteta and Clippity Clop go on about. He said we didn't play well, we didn't deserve to win.
That's the thing. I don't think he changed it either. I think he just tried to play the exact same way. The reality is we just weren't good enough keeping the ball, which made us look a lot shitter. And look, it's natural when you don't keep possession of the ball for long periods of time, that line ends up dropping deeper and deeper, whether a manager's telling them to or not. And look, can't be so naive to this. Conte, how many times did he come out after games and saying, I'm not telling them to sit that deep? You know, Jose done the same thing. I'm not asking them to sit that deep. It's an inherent problem with certain individuals.
Which ones, pray tell? Which players are you referring to here, David?
It'd be very difficult. I think we'd have to really sit down and talk about it. It's a mystery. It really is a mystery. Hang on, let me think. Eric Dyer and Ben Davis. There we go.
It's true.
One thing about Ange, and the one thing I will criticize Conte for, all these press conferences were very cryptic. He never come out and said how it was. It was always done within a message or done within this, and you had to sit down and watch the press conference and work it out. Leeds with Ange, and it was the same at Celtic. He says what he means.
Yep.
The players play bad, but he won't throw the players under the bus. But he will come out and criticize them in a way that the players know I ain't happy.
He always says we.
Yeah,
you know, he always says we, not
exactly.
they or the players. It's always we with Ange.
If you go back,
more injuries and suspensions we carry, that'll change, Paul. It won't be they. It won't be we. It'll be they soon.
If you go back and look at Mourinho and look at Poch or Mourinho or Nuno, it was never we. It was they. It was always. And with Ange, we're one. We're all one as a team. There's me, the chairman. The players were all one. We're all one. The fans were all in one basket here, and it's great to see, and that makes the fans feel more involved within the team. It makes them feel as more part of the team because they feel that we're going on the journey with Ange instead of like Mourinho or Conte, where it was I, and there's no team in I. So
so there's an M and an E.
Exactly, exactly, Paul.
True.
Exactly.
True. Look, to be honest with you, the messaging and stuff like that, it makes a small difference. But look, at the end of the day, hopefully Ange can, try and get better out of some of these individuals. Let's wait and see. Hennessy member for 12 months says, good morning, gents. Not going to lie. Don't feel good about the game today, but we will stay together. Come on, you Spurs. Thank you, Dave and Jack, for all your hard work. Big up, Hennessy. Really appreciate the last part, my man. It really does mean a lot. We really do try our best, my man. So really do appreciate that. But Paul, anything you can say to Hennessy that might make him a little at ease ahead of kickoff?
I have a hope. I have a silver lining for you, and it is that if our forwards start performing the way they should, we will score more goals. They've been scoring goals kind of okay already this season, but I think there's a lot more goals in them. And I think, much like last season, Harry Kane or Son or Kulu having to dig us out because those Muppets at the back were so leaky. It's going to be like that. But I think we've got scope to score more goals under Ange and let fewer in, I'm hoping. But
when I was looking at the, I'm glad you brought that up, Paul, because when I was looking at the league table there last night, goal difference, Man City have a far superior goal difference than us. And when you look at goals conceded, not too much in it. I think there's one or two in it, but goals scored, they're well ahead of us on that. And that's our biggest problem this year is, you look at Man City, they're scoring a lot of goals. That's why they're getting over the line. Us, we've had to keep a lot of clean sheets, but we do need to up our output in terms of goals. And I think Hennessy, that's one thing I would say is we are waiting for the forward line to come to the party. It will happen. It's not going to stay like this all season. And hopefully that happens today. Hennessy, big up, my man. I really appreciate the support for the last 12 months, my man. Absolutely superb. Really got some loyal followers here. We really are that lucky that people, want to grab their memberships to stay a part of the community. Faz Radfar, 3-1 Spurs says, if Paul is worried a bit today, we have a problem. Paul, you worried?
Only a little bit. It's not. We're still going to win. We're still going to win. Don't worry, man. Don't worry, Faz.
Don't worry, Paul. Paul, everything's going to be grand.
I think it could
We're
be comical, man. That's the thing. I think it could be.
Look, you being worried. We don't want Paul being worried. That's the thing. When Paul's worried,
we should tell Eric Dyer to play up front and get him to pretend he's an Aston Villa defender. Then he'll score.
Yeah.
He'll score own goals for us.
Yeah. I tell you what we also do, Paul, right? We send Dyer a little present, put Dave into a box, right? And we just post it the top Hotspur away, right? And just say, especially to Eric Dyer. And it's like, here we go, Eric, it's a present for you. And we'll have Dave bounce out of the box and just call him everything.
Boxing glove.
Yeah, big boxing glove. And then
yeah.
And then Dave will go around like finding players like Dave is like boxing every player he doesn't like, and then just runs out of the stadium. So
I'm glad you said that, because I thought you were going to go along the lines of having a word with them. I wouldn't. I'd just turn around and walk off. I'm not disgusted with them, to be honest with you.
Ange would probably get Dave invite him onto the team staff, like be assistant manager or something.
I'll be honest, I'm surprised no one inside the club have watched me, my speeches towards these players and said, you know what, we need him. We need him in and around this club. I'm surprised, to be honest, brutally surprised.
Just do us a favour, Dave, and go and nick Daniel Levy's credit card and buy a few players, will you, when you're over there?
That's down in a vault somewhere, lad. You won't be getting your hands on that.
We get Tom Cruise in to nick that. Mission Impossible.
We could just get someone to whisper to Eric, hey, there's a scout from Sporting Lisbon in the crowd today, and he'll play a blinder then for his true club that he loves.
I wonder if you told him that his farm was shit, would he get angry and play better? That's the route we should be going down. Your farm shit, Eric.
Just tell him Bayern Munich want to buy him, and if you play a blinder today, they're going to pay good money for you, Eric. And there you go. You might Sporting Lisbon. You want to go for the very top. You want to go to Accrington Stanley, Paul, or Salford City, one of them top teams of English football. Tell them that. They're watching them. You see the best of Eric Dyer.
Love it.
Tell him Paul's after him. Then that might.
Big up, Richie B. Good morning, sir. Good morning, fellas. I think we hit another bump in the road today, but in Ange we trust, and come the end of the season, we all know things will work out well. Look, I hope so, my man. That's where I'm at with it. Big up, Edward, my man. Really do appreciate the support. If there's a comment there that maybe you forgot to put in, just put it in and I'll bring it up and have a discussion on it, brother. Good morning, Wayne Bonner. Good to see you, sir. Up here, man. He's loving life. He's loving life. Do you know, he's more deluded than me, and I absolutely love it.
I think he's more deluded than me. I think he's more deluded than the pair of us. He's joining us on Deludedville.
Yeah.
There's you, me, and Wayne Bonner. 3 of us in the house now.
Big up Colin Cross as well. Big up Henry. Big up God's Football and Things. Red Blue YouTube. I presume that's Aston Villa or Chelsea and Arsenal fans. They're kissing cousins nowadays, aren't they? Eddie 22. Excellent stream as always. Big up, my man. And then a super sticker from Faz Radfar. Someone put in a comment underneath so I can get Faz or DJ Samuel's super sticker bumped up to see what it is. Right now it's hiding behind some heart. I'll do it. There we are. A deck and chair. On set. Absolutely love it. Big up DJ Samuel. It's a cool one. I haven't seen that one before. A chair that says on set. Absolutely love it. Big up DJ Samuel. I really appreciate the support, brother. And also Wembley. One morning, boys. Hoping for the best, but fearing the worst. I think we're all in that position today, my man. But good to see you in Wembley one. Hopefully you are keeping well, my man. I really appreciate the support. Guys, got lots to talk about today. We're going to start cracking into some of them. Make sure you do all the good things. I don't like saying this all the time, but you have to. It's the nature of the beast. If you can smash that like, that would be unbelievable. Smash that subscribe button, share it out. That would be class. a super chat or two along the way if you can. I know it's busy times with Christmas and inflation and hard times for everybody. Really does help out everything that we do here, but not only us. Every YouTuber, even when the boys here are streaming, any YouTuber, they're all in the same boat. So, it does really go a long way. Or feel free to grab one of them channel memberships and come a part of the community. And also, big up Kerry King as well. Come on, you Spurs. So glad we're back. And Tin Man, I haven't seen you in a little while. How are you keeping, sir? Hopefully you are keeping well, which would be good to hear. He says, big up, guys. I must be mad, but I have a feeling we are going to get a lucky win today, even with Laurel and Hardy at the back. Come on, you Spurs. So I was thinking that last night myself here. I was like, do you know what? When the chips are down and you don't expect Tottenham to win, it's usually when they actually go out and pull out a result. So, it's not beyond the realms of possibility, Paul.
I think we could do it. I think we could do it. I don't know why, but I had a play around earlier picking a starting 11, and I kind of got it looking sort of all right-ish, but I don't know. Yeah, look, the home crowd might get us over the line. I think the home crowd are behind the team. Look, everyone knows the state we're in. I don't think anyone's really expecting an awful lot, so I think we'll be fine.
Look, I think so as well. And we got to remember, Tin Man, Aston Villa's away form is absolutely not great at all. So that could come into account today. Dermo, did you have any of them sneaky feelings last night, dreaming of 3 points?
Yeah, of course I was dreaming of 3 points. What do you think I am? Every game we play, I think we're going to win. You know that. I'm the most optimistic Tottenham fan out there. Even if we lose, I feel the echoes of our failure. You have to aim high, as Bill Nick says. Aim high. Even if you lose, you're still aiming high. And that's what Tottenham Hotspur are about. We're going to go out, we're going to win today. As you say, Villa's away form is woeful. The home form, Dave, they're top of the form league, 6 wins out of 6 at home. Away from home, Dracula does not like the sunlight, so he behind somewhere in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Ange's going to go out there with the garlic and the cross and the steak. He's going to go there. He's going to go to Dracula. Here you go, you fecker. I'm going to stab you in the heart. I'm going to give you some garlic. All the Aston Villa players are going to all fall over because they're just because they're all vampires as well. And Spurs are going to win 15-0. No, we're going to win today. 3 points. Of course it is. Mighty Ange taking us to glory. Come on, we've got to be positive.
If this was away, I'd feel a lot worse about
I
it.
would, actually.
Aston Villa's home record is superb as well. I think they're like 13 or 14 on the bounce.
Yeah, I mean, they've won 6 out of 6 at home. The last 6 games, I mean, their home form is... I mean, Villa, look, let's be honest. Villa are a decent side. They've improved from last season, but I think we'll just have a bit for them. They're away form. They lost to Nottingham Forest away, for Christ's sake. So, look, so I just think we'll have a bit too much for them today, but...
I hope so.
We always got to be optimistic, but we've got to be optimistic with a bit of reality that we haven't got our back four, but we're Tottenham. When people less expect us to do something, we win. People are not expecting us to win today. We're going to win. Nobody expected us to get a point at the Emirates Stadium. We've got a point. No one expected us to beat Manchester United in Ange's first game. We beat Man United. No one expected us to lose 4-1 to Chelsea, but we did. But that was down to VAR and the referee. So, do you know what I mean? Look, we're very unpredictable. But look, why can't we not win today? Why can't we not go into this game confident of 3 points? And we're back up there. If anyone said to me, and you, Dave and Paul, where we be where we are at this time of the season, I would have been like a zombie out of The Walking Dead. Put my napkin on and go and nibble on somebody's arm up to the elbow. And I'd be quite happy sitting there. I think, why not win? And trust.
I think we will, Faz. I think we will today. And despite everything, I can't believe I'm saying this. I do think we'll pull one out of the bag, my man. I think Ange, hopefully sticking to his his philosophy and style and that, and others maybe know that there's going to be no wavering to it. Hopefully, they just get on with it today and go and get us that result. Tin Man, good to see you in the building. Let me know if you're going to the game though as well. Lad, if not, hopefully you have a great day. Really do appreciate it, and really do appreciate the kind words here from Hennessy as well. You know, saying about people, if you do want to grab that membership, about 60 to 80% more content on the members only side of the Irish Hotspur. So worth it for sure at an affordable a price. Love the channel, Hennessy, my man. You're too kind. You're too kind. We'll have to have you back on as well very soon and have conversations with us. And also, Iceman, open your message early this morning, my man. Sad to see. Hopefully you're okay, brother. He's got a big gash along his eye. Hopefully you're okay, and hopefully the trials with the sun read really well as well. He gets that call, my man. Absolutely all it. And also, good morning, Wilson G. But we had a discussion during the week, and I want to sort of start there, pick up from there, and develop it. But I want to start with you, and we'll also let we'll pass it on to you as well, Dermo. But despite a stellar start to the season, do we currently find ourselves at a crossroads, having suffered successive defeats? Because we've had good starts under Jose Nuno and Conte before. Another loss to Villa could significantly dent our season and top four hopes this season. So are we at a bit of a crossroads, Paul?
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I think it's just bad luck at the moment. Suspensions, injuries. I don't think it's the same as those managers at all, because the players are so clearly buying into the way Ange plays, much more so than they did under Conte. So, look, the silver lining I'm taking out of it is that Ange is having a good look at the players, and he can make his plans clearer, and he can go at the board and say, look, we just can't do what you want to do with these players. You know, we need bulking up. That's the only way. So, no, I'm not seeing it as a crossroads. Just
you think there's too much being made of it, you know, looking at it? Because I'm one of them, right? I look at similar patterns in years gone by. October, November is when things have gone wrong, you know, the last few years. Am I making too much of it?
I think if we had our players, we'd be fine. But we don't. I mean, look, we got like 5 to 6 first-team players out. It's ridiculous. So, look, I think we're going to be better tonight because we've got Udogie back in the team. That's going to make a hell of a difference. So, you never know, man. You never know.
Yeah, true. Dermo, where are you at with it? You know, do you think along the lines with Paul, or are you with me on that side of the discussion?
Do you know what? I agree with Paul. The Premier League, look, the Premier League's the toughest league in the world. So no team's going to go unbeaten. We're always going to have the odd defeats here, the odd defeats there along the way. I just think it's different from Mourinho. It's different from Conte. It's different from Nuno. It's different from even the end of Poch. Ange has changed the culture of the club. He's changed the culture of the players. The players are behind him.
100% on that, Dermo. I just want to push back a little. I just want to push back a little.
Yeah,
the reason why I sort of say are we at crossroads is because they all got off to a good start. All their managers when they had their first 11 available, but when squad depth was called in, it absolutely fell apart. And I start to see something a little bit similar starting to develop, where first 11 and perfect. Calling on the backup, the squad depth, it's when it's starting to go awry again.
Yeah, look, I get what you're saying. You look back and you can look back at history, and you can look back of it reverting back to what it was before and before. But I think it's different under Ange. I think, look, we can always say, we always think the worst case scenario in anything. And I just think under Ange it's different. Look, we're gonna have bumps in the road. We know the squad's not good enough, Dave. We know that. We know the squad depth is not good enough. And we know we've got January coming up, which is so important, you know, with players getting in. But you just hope that these players that do come in, that they've bought into what Ange is saying. And Ange gave them such a bollocking after Wolves that they're so scared to do. We won't make that mistake again. Look, I agree on what you're saying. I do see I don't think we are at the crossroads. But I just feel it's a bit different this time. But I can understand you feeling like that because we've been here before, as you say, and it's happened before. So I just feel it's different. I agree with Paul. I just think it's different. But look, I can understand, and there's probably many fans like you this morning feeling the same way, Dave. I can understand it, but I just know I'm with Paul. It's different.
No, look, it's just myself and Jack, like, you know, of course we work together, so we've had plenty of conversations over this, and you know, we sort of both said, you know, we probably will be flying up until October, November. Even when we were top of the league, we're both saying, look, we're loving life, but October, November will tell us everything we need to know, because it's usually where it really goes wrong. And that's why I'm feeling a bit like this. And look, I'm not sitting here against Andre. I don't want anyone to get this mixed up. I mean, Paul, I've been on the Ange train, longer than anybody else. And for me, that's why I keep urging people, let's not blame Ange if things do go wrong over the next little while. But it's just sad to see that same old issues are going to have so far come back to haunt us. And this is my problem with it. When squad dead is relied on, it really shows me that it doesn't really matter who the manager is, what the philosophy is, how they portray themselves, whether they use inclusive language like we, or whether they put it on you as an individual. It really doesn't matter with some of these guys. We're still going to get the same shit. Are we at a crossroads? I would say I think we are, but I do think the Spurs fan base will give Andrew a lot more sort of grace than maybe what we have other managers in the past, because of the way he plays, because of the way he speaks in the press, because of his philosophy, and because of the start he's got off to. So, look, it'll be interesting to see which way we go. Rick and Rio says, not a crossroads, Dave, a pitch stop. You leave the pitch in better condition overall.
That's it, man. That's it.
You got to use the old formula. You got to use the old Formula One, the old Formula One style of an answer there. That's true. We've come in, the pit crew are there ready to put the new wheels on Ange's car, and we're off again. We're off again to beat Max Verstappen and win the game today.
Oh, I love it. It's a great one. If someone else said, Dave, you should be sponsored by Monster, I'll be honest, not with this crap, this no sugar crap. I mean, look,
enjoying that, by the way, Dave.
It's the only stuff I had in the store, but it's horrible. It's not the same.
I'm shocked. I'm literally that's more for shocking breaking news than Tottenham today. Is you drinking no sugar Monster? I mean, that's just breaking news. That'll have to go to Sky News and RTE. I mean, we have to interrupt the morning mass here on RTE or whatever you're watching the BBC. Dave Harris on the IrishHotspur drinks no sugar Monster. I mean, that's shocking news. I mean, Paul's getting it in Australia. Is it breaking over there, Paul?
I just didn't know such a thing existed. I'm disappointed in you, Dave. I really am.
I know.
A sugar-free energy drink. What kind
I
of
wouldn't
thing?
go as disappointed, Paul. I wouldn't go that far, but
the only one they had. I don't like the other flavors of Monster. I only like the green one, and they didn't have the full sugar one. I was about to pull your man over the counter. It's like, I need my Monster.
The yellow one's lovely, by the way. The yellow Monster drink. I'm not a fan,
Dermo. Not a fan, lad.
I love
not
that
a
one.
fan. But look, we'll keep this moving. Enough about Monster Energy until they sponsor me. They won't get another word. Look, we'll move on. This is another thing I want to talk about, guys. Why have Spurs suffered so many injuries, considering we are playing the least amount of matches than any other team in the top half of the Prem, who are all playing Europe, all are getting good runs in the Carabao Cup? Paul, is it training? Is it fitness? Like fitness management? Is it the poor medical staff, or is it the sports science that we're using around these players? Is that wrong?
Oh no, I think the Spurs medical staff have got a bit of a dark history, haven't they? I think what's happening to us, I think it's going to happen to other teams in the Premier League as well. I mean, we're not the only one. We've got a lot of injuries compared to some, but no team's coming away unscathed. Like, I think VAR has got a lot to do with this. Like Van der Ven's hamstring. I can see a time where they'll put exercise bikes on the side of the pitch, or they'll get players to run laps while they're taking 10 minutes and a coffee and a packet of Twix to make their decisions. It's just it's just no good. It's just no good for the game. What other injuries we got? Madison's a bit prone. Sessegnon's hamstrings are made out of cobwebs and tin foil. So I don't know. Sometimes you just have all these things happening at once, man. That's just football, isn't it?
Do you know what though, Paul? Like the thing is, when you don't play Europe, statistically, you're not supposed to pick up as many injuries as everybody else. When you play
True.
Europe, or you go from a season where you weren't playing Europe into a season playing Europe, statistically is where you pick up most of your injuries, and you're supposed to expect to carry a lot more injuries. Look, I don't know whether I can put it down to bad luck, because Conte, a lot of injuries again underneath him, a hell of a lot of injuries underneath him. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I can't put my finger on it. But I think it has to be more than just bad luck. To be brutally honest, if I had to push you for a department, Paul, what one would you pick out?
Maybe it's our world-class training facilities. They're just too bloody soft. Send them down a bloody quarry in Wales somewhere. Get them to run up and down hills. I mean, I don't know, man. It could. I don't know. Are the players being worked too hard? I don't think so. What do you reckon it is then?
I don't think it's the fact that they're working too hard. Look, I do think with Ange's relentless system going from last season, where they sat off an awful lot, coming into this season where even out of possession, they have to work extremely hard. It's doubled the workload on their bodies, and I think might have a small bit to do with it, but it shouldn't be causing the injury crisis that we're having right now. For me, you got to maybe look at that medical department. How many times have we heard, oh, player be back so-and-so. 6 months later, you're still looking at your clock going, okay, where is
They've been crap for decades, man.
I wonder, is the sports science around it wrong, or are the people implementing it wrong? Or, are these guys coming to the manager and saying, look, so-and-so in your first 11 today ain't fit. But the manager then looks at the backup and goes, no, he's fit, he's playing. I don't care.
I think Ange does his best to look after the players. Remember those first few games of the season where he was subbing off Son just to, and he managed that really well. So Son looks like he's back 90 minutes now. And also when Ange took off Romero after the head knock, I think Ange is playing the long game with the players. So I don't think it's his fault, but it could be the medical staff.
Sorry, just quickly, Dermo. I would say as well. Look, there is merit to the point about the stopping and starting of the VAR. Like, you look at the most common injury in the Premier League this season, hamstring by a mile, the most common injury. That's purely down to VAR and the length of the decisions that they're taking to get to some of these decisions. It's absolutely a joke. Sorry, Dermo.
I'm just saying we are so cursed when it comes to injuries. As you say, it happened on the Mourinho, happened on the Conte. Now, Ange, we're just so cursed. I agree. I think it's the medical team. I think, and Paul is right, it's been in the dungeons for decades. And it needs revamping, and it hasn't been revamped. I don't think it's the players working too hard. I think VAR, I agree with you, Dave, does play a part in it. Stop, start. And this is where you get your hamstring injuries. And also, I just think it's, maybe some players are not looking after themselves. Maybe the warm up needs to change. Maybe they're changing how they warm up and that. I think it's very hard to point at what's wrong. Other teams are going through the same thing as well. I just think it's the nature of the Premier League.
But look, the other teams are an excuse because they're in Europe. They're playing every 2, 3, 4 days.
Yeah,
I can't excuse the ones at Tottenham. Do you think Timmy has a point here, though, Dermo, where he says, and he's actually giving credit to Dara, so credit to Dara on this one as well. The preseason was an utter calamity. Could that have something to do with it?
Yeah, it did. We didn't play enough preseason games. We did not play enough, and players have to get fit for the league. And match fitness is completely different from being fit. It's another level, and I think Dara and Timmy are right. We didn't play enough preseason games. You look at other clubs that played 7 or 8 preseason games. How many did we play? 4? Was it 4 or 5 we played?
Nowhere near.
We played 4. I think 2 were cancelled. We ended the Roma game was cancelled. We ended up playing the All-Stars out there, whatever they are. And then,
we should have come back here and played, say, Barnet, or played like
Chelmsford,
we used to play.
Colchester, that's what...
Yeah, and get the players used to it. I think that was the problem as well. Maybe next summer we can get it right. But no, it's very hard to see where the problem is, but it's very concerning that we got players. And you are right, Dave. I mean, we've been waiting for Segi to come back for how long? And we're still waiting. But mind you, he's made of elastic band, it just keeps snapping. So just sell them. But I don't know. I don't know. It's confusing and it's worrying.
It really is confusing. Really is confusing. Yeah. Look, they need to sort something out, because even in Arsenal last season, yeah, they suffered the odd injury here or there, but they didn't suffer, you know, the amount of injuries that we are picking up right now. The suspensions, look, that's on us. That's another thing altogether. But the injuries, I just don't understand why we're picking up so many. It's an absolute calamity. Maybe there is something to do with not having the best of pre-seasons or the most demanding of pre-seasons. Big up the outlet as well. Morning, boys. In Ange we trust. Should be a good day for us today. I really do hope so. That we win today, it sets up a title challenge game next week against Man City, Premier League title race. Put us on level points with them. And hopefully you're sitting down, enjoying your coffee and your breakfast this morning, getting ready for the game. And hopefully my mother and my sisters are doing brilliant as well. Good morning to the Harris household, greatest household in the world. And then Donna Cullen.
Get your checkbook out. Brilliant. Tell Levy to get his checkbook out, all right? Tell him if he does, you pat him on his bald head. You're shining with a nice shiny, what do you reckon, Paul? A bit shiny leather? Do you reckon
Mr. Sheen.
Mr. Sheen, that's it. Mr. Sheen, and buy a few players. And if you do, we will leave them alone for 6 months. We promise. I can't promise anything, but we'll try to. But buy players, please. We need them. Or I'll send Paul and Dave after Levy. You don't want that happening in a box.
Cullen says, Wagwan, Mr. David, Mr. Paul, and Mr. Dermot. Do you know what? I only realized the other day, or found out the other day, that Wagwan is short for what's going on. Absolutely love it. So Wagwan, Donna Cullen. It is. That's what it's short for.
Is that what this is short for? I never knew that.
Okay.
Yeah. So only found that out the other day. Look, like I say, you learn something new every day. Your boy's open to information, so keep feeding it to me. But good morning, good to see you, Donna Cullen. And says, Mr. Paul, are you single? Joke.
Depends who's asking.
Donna Cullen, Paul, you might be able to sit with her at the Spurs.
Well, maybe she had that tracksuit on. You never know.
You know, this is not a pre-match show. This is looking for a date for Paul. This is what this stream's called.
Love it. And then Hennessy says, Wagwan is hello, friend. How are you? Yeah, very similar, my man. You're stuff, Paul. You guys are jokes. You guys are absolutely jokes.
I hear Samantha Fox might be after you, Paul, as well.
Oh, that'd be all right. Yeah. I'll have her. Debbie Harry, if she's
No, Debbie Harry's mine. Debbie Harry's for me. You can have no. Yeah, there you go.
But look, we'll keep it moving, guys. Keep it moving. Another thing I want to discuss today is about why under every manager, why do we keep turning to the same sort of faces? Look, Newcastle are having similar injury crisis, and they have turned to their youth, giving them an opportunity to use Elliot Anderson. You know, so far this season, they've used Lewis Miley. I think another 2 kids made their debut, or 3 kids made their debut yesterday as well for Newcastle from the academy. They're still picking up results. And Lewis Miley absolutely bossed Chelsea, by the way. Liverpool do it a lot. Pretty much every other club in the Premier League do as well. Why at Tottenham, even in tough times the last few years, have managers not given opportunities to our youth and keep persisting with tried, tested, and failed players? So who wants to start with that one? One of you two.
Look, I think you are right. I think we should use our young players more. Some of them are good enough. I mean, Dave, before the Wolves game, I was shouting to play the 2 youngsters as centre backs, Phillips and Dorrington as centre back, and Paul, Peter. Oh, not Peter. I forgot my co-host's name. Sorry, it's just my brain's gone dead. Philip, that's it. Thank you. He's going to kill me if he sees this. He will. He'll send a rocket from where he is in Mexico or Colombia somewhere and hand it to Gory. I was shouting from the rooftops to play the youngsters, and Philip was going, no, damn it, you can't play the youngsters. They'll lose their confidence. And the only way they're going to learn is by playing them. As you say, you look at Newcastle last night, you look at Liverpool, you look at Chelsea, you look at other teams always playing the youngsters. We've got some really good youngsters. Let's play them. Let's play them. We used to play them in the past. Paul remembers as well as I do. We used to play the young players. Steve Perriman came through our ranks. One of our greatest players, one of our greatest captains. Why can't we not play the youngsters? We've got some really good youngsters, but Ange must not think they might be ready. And that's the problem. Ange did play youngsters up at Celtic as well, by the way. So I think he will use them, but I think he wants them ready. But Dorrington should be in the team already. He should be in that defence today. I really do think so. And Alfie Devine should be playing as well. He's tearing it up where he is. So let's use the kids. They're the future. They could be the players that could turn it around for us. And then we'll have more. If you don't want to spend money, use the kids. Make it a bit. That's what they're there for. Give them the experience. Give them the knowledge of playing. And under Ange, they could have great careers. So, yeah, we should do, Dave. That's one thing that really pisses me off. We don't use the kids enough. Fergie used them. And look what happened at United. You can't win anything with kids. Load of bollocks. Look what United
I just don't get it. That we're so quick to hesitate to give a youngster a chance, but yet every other club in the Premier League does it when they have to or when they need to. You know, especially rather than resort to the same old faces, they'd much rather go with a youngster. Paul, where are you at with it? Why? And look, this isn't just under Ange. It's been under Conte. It's been under Jose. It's been under Nuno.
Yeah, look, I think those other managers. Yeah, no, they ain't going to play young players. I mean, it's only really been the last game. I think that it could be argued that playing Dorrington instead of Dyer, but maybe as Dyer one last chance, and hopefully that's it. That's it. But it's a tricky situation at the moment because so many players are out. I mean, I don't buy it, it'll wreck their confidence and all that. But when you bring young players in, you want a lot of your first 11 to be around to show them the ropes. So a second string side as we are at the moment, it's difficult for youngsters to come in. But I would like to see it. I mean, but look, when they're ready, Ange will play them. I have absolute faith in that.
Do you feel though? So just a quick question, Bev. Do you feel that with the players that are senior players, like a Dyer or like Davis and that, are probably the wrong senior players to show these young players how to act, how to do it at Tottenham, where maybe like a Harry Kane was the more you look at Harry Kane and how he trains and how he does his professional career, and you're looking at Eric Dyer or Davis. I'm not saying they're bad professionals, but you look at their attitude. Does that have something to do with it as well, do you think, Dave, that maybe the youngsters have not come through because of like a Don Bele and attitudes of players like that has filtered through to the younger side?
I'll be honest, Jarmo, it's going to bring me on to my sort of next question. This is where I'm more at with it. Tim Sherwood done an interview with Simon Jordan.
Yeah, I saw
that podcast. Tim Sherwood said Daniel Levy wanted to know the team before games. I told him I was playing Harry Kane. He asked me why I wasn't playing Soldado with the money that he paid compared to Harry Kane, and that they wanted to sell Harry Kane. And Tim Sherwood said, okay, then you pick your team. I'll quit. Then Daniel Levy, of course, backtracks. Tim Sherwood picks Harry Kane. The rest is history. Soldado fucks off eventually. Is there interference from above? If he's well able to tell Tim Sherwood?
There's no way he's telling
he wanted to take the asset in Soldado. He puts the pressure on these guys to play these guys to try and keep some resale value.
And Ange Postecoglou is no Tim Sherwood, man. There's no way on earth that would happen. And I think Levy probably knows better than to even try it. That's it's Ange's club now. It's Ange's club, and I think everyone, including Levy, bloody well knows it.
I mean, that was a good podcast. That Tim. I mean, I like watching his podcast. Simon Jordan. I do enjoy him. I do like him, but it led to a very big that Harry Kane thing. I was shocked when I heard that. Absolutely shocked. And Paul is right. This is Ange's club. He's a reincarnation of Bill Nick. Ange's. And he's come in, this is my club, my house. You do it my way. If not, feck off.
That's it.
I'll go. If you start telling me what to do, I'm out that door. And Levy cannot afford to lose a manager of Ange's stature. Yeah, he's got Levy by the balls and he's squeezing them. I think, look, I'm going to squeeze tighter here now. Sorry, Dave, go.
No, Dharma, as much as I love Ange, and I do. This ain't his club. You know, the reality is he sat Pochettino getting us to a Champions League final. Sat Jose Mourinho with the history he has in the game. Sat Conte with the history he has in the game. Didn't give them managers what they were looking for. You know, and whether we like it or not, a lot of their gripes were they wanted players to fill out this squad. They didn't get them, you know. And I have no doubt you'd have no problem doing the same with Ange Postecoglou. My point is, it doesn't matter who the manager is in the dugout. They still want to run their influence over him. When I heard Tim Sherwood say that, and then I see what's gone on the last few years, I sort of do question, are these guys allowed to play some of the youngsters? Do they have to keep picking some of these guys to keep a resale value? I do question it.
I do feel there is a change at the club now, though. I do, but I think you're right. Before Ange, I think you're spot on with your comment, and I think Tim Sherwood's spot on as well. There was a sort of you do as I say from Levy, as I want. If you don't, you're out the door. But I do think under Ange, there's a little bit of a sea change now at Tottenham. There's a culture change, and I just feel that it's changing, and it's had to change because it wasn't working how it was going. You cannot have a chairman or an owner getting involved on who to pick in the side. It doesn't work. It's never worked, and it never will work. And I think Ange is changing that. It's going to take time to change. It's going to take time for it to go back to our roots. Like under a Bill Nick, where the manager runs the football club, the chairman just spends the money, the manager runs everything of the football club. I know football is different now to what it used to be. There is a change, but I do agree with you. I mean, under them previous managers, there was a bit of do as I say, not as I do, if you know what I mean. So look, but I think it has changed, and I will stick to my guns on that. It is changed at Tottenham since Ange came in, and I won't budge from that comment.
No, fair enough. Paul Paddy says Ange does have 100% over who he picks, this, that, and the other.
Of course he does.
Why is he not going with some of the youngsters then, Paul? Because at previous clubs he has.
Well, he's only had one game really where he could have done it, which was last game. So it's not like a track record, and it's not like we need. You know, he needed to because he had the personnel available. So. Oh no, I think he might be wanting to get his way of football instilled first, and then he might do it. But look, he's on it. He's on it. If the youngsters are actually ready to play for Tottenham, he'll do it. He'll do it. I won't hear it any other way, man. It's like no one's criticising Ange Postecoglou. No one.
What I will say though is it is actually something I would like to get to the bottom of. So if anyone out there does have any sort of insight,
Tim Sherwood don't have to talk shit as well a lot of the time, doesn't he? I mean, he's got form for talking bollocks, so you know. And I'm sure Simon Jordan will bring it out of him as well. That twat.
I actually like Simon Jordan. Actually,
I
do too, Dave. I think he's great.
I like his arguments and counter arguments and stuff. I do. I have to say, I do like Hotspur. But look, it is something I would like to get to the bottom of, because Dara alluded to it there in the chat. You know, down the years, we've lost so many youth players to other, you know, just saying, no, I'm not signing this contract at Tottenham. Why would I sign it here when you're not going to play me? There's no path to the first team for me. It's clogged up with shit that I should already be up in the squad ahead of. I'm signing on this contract here, and I'm going off to play first team football. And we're losing players because of that. And then people question, why aren't we bringing through any of the young players? Why is our homegrown quota in the Premier League in such tatters? Well, that's the reason why. Because even with how bad we've been the last 3 to 4 years, no one will turn and give someone else an opportunity. They keep persisting with the same crap. I knew that was going to happen against Wolves last week when or 2 weeks ago when you're playing Darren Davis. I fucking knew it was going to happen. Despite how many people tell me every time these guys are picked, Dave, you know, just give them a chance. Dave, give them a chance today. I'll give them a chance, and they do that every single time. When is someone at this bloody football club going to learn their lesson and go, do you know what, Dyer? You're a sack of shit. Off you go. You know, I'm going to send you to Iceland. You can stay out there. Go and play with FC Reykjavik, you twat. And I'm going to bring up Ashley Phillips, or I'm going to bring up Alfie Darrington. And I don't care whether they make mistakes or whatever else. At least I'm trying something different. And at least it's something he's going to learn from. Unlike you, when I play you every week, you don't learn from it. I'm sick of it, and it's something that needs to be solved at this club. And I hope Ange does do that, because I don't want him to go down the same path of Conte and Jones, and then people go, well, he's picking them. Why is he picking them? I don't want it to go down that route. So I want change in that regard. Sorry, I know it's early, and a lot of people don't want to hear me shouting or giving out, but it's something I'm passionate about, and something that has pissed me off at this football club for the last 3 to 4 years. I constantly hear, oh, he's 18, he's 19, he's too young. Lewis Miley's 17. 17. I'm not having it anymore. I'm not having it. I'm sick of it. Anyway.
Just breathe, Dave. Breathe. Just breathe.
I'm calm now. I'm calm.
Yeah, breathe,
right.
Breathe.
back to some crack with the chat. Who have we got here? Donna Cullen says, my Paul has the best beard in town. I am jealous. I thought I had the best beard in town, especially after getting it trimmed up. But
who's this fucking weirdo? I mean, I know it's a super chat, but you know.
Do you know, I just feel love is in the air between Donna Cullen and Paul here. Do you know, I just feel, you know, love is in the air.
Something off about that. There's something off about this person, I think.
Yeah.
Paul's got a stalker.
Well, hey, take the money, fuck it.
Yeah, Paul's got a stalker here.
Number one fan.
Yeah.
Donna Cullen, new YouTube member as well. Welcome to the community, and hopefully you enjoy all of the perks that come with being a channel member. I really appreciate the support, but please stop sending me messages about Paul.
She's just here for Paul. She's just here for Paul. She saw Paul, right, and went, Paul, that beard, that was it. Paul, you got a stalker. Be proud of it. Do you know? Take a restraining order out now.
Not keen on it, Donna. Button it. Thank you.
Adrian Chia says, our problem is that our youngsters are not prepped for any particular style because due to numerous manager changes, so it takes more time to integrate them into the first team. Now, this is something I can understand. I can understand it, but what I will say is, with Ange, the under 21s and the under 18s are playing very, very similar to the way the first team play. Very similar. The principles are the same, in and out of possession. So if there's any time to do it, it's now, because the step up is not quite as much. It's not like they're going up having to learn a new philosophy, new style of play, new tactics, this, that, and the other. They already know everything. It's just a matter of whether they can hand it mentally. Because when you go up, sometimes, you know, it depends on the person you are. You can get nervous, fluff your lines despite being a class player. Or, you know, sometimes you can go up, you know, you can say, yep, now's my time. And you can go up there and absolutely thrive. But now, you know, there's no better time now than ever before to do it, my man, because of the under-21s playing the exact same way. And look, I'm not asking for every under-21 player to come up and get an opportunity. Of course not. That's naive. When you've got players like Jamie Donnelly, for instance, the amount of injuries we've carried in the forward areas, this, that, and the other, and you've got players like Jamie Donnelly, who's head and shoulders above the rest, you know, deserves an opportunity at some stage. Phillips or Dorrington being unbelievable. Dorrington picked up a couple of trophies for the underage teams last year. Deserves an opportunity. But Paul, do you think this has something to do with it? Because with the academy, he is right. Before, the academy's ideal philosophy is a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1, that sort of regard. But yet we've hired managers then that, you know, play a very defensive sort of version of that system. But yet the academies were trying to play a possession-based attacking way of that system. Could Adrian Tree have hit the nail on the head here?
Yeah, it could be true, but I think our last few managers just had zero interest in bringing youth. That just was not on their mind at all. All they wanted to do was play the likes of Dyer and then upgrade in the summer, and that's it. You know, so we've got a different manager now. I'm sure when the time is, like I keep saying, when the time is right, they'll be playing. Well, Dorrington's at least going to be on the bench tonight. So maybe he'll get some minutes. You know, it might start off with Dyer. Dyer will be shit for half an hour or whatever, and then Dorrington might get a look in. It's going to it has to happen soon, I think. But yeah, I mean, the way that we're playing now and the way that youngsters are playing, a similar style, it's definitely more conducive to them coming through, isn't it? Not like I think we can. Well, the way I'm looking at it is I restarted the clock 1st of July when Ange walked in. Everything that's happened in the last few years has been utter shit. I don't want to even think about it. I don't think it has any bearing on what we're doing at the moment.
Yeah. Do you know what as well, though? Just last thing I'll say on it is, I think, for instance, right, if Ange went with some of these guys and we lost the game, I could actually tolerate it a bit more compared to if we play with the same people and lose. You know, it's I don't know why, but I just feel like I could tolerate a little bit more. You know, you could say, okay, you know, we've given some youngsters a chance with opportunity here. They're the future. They're going to learn from it, this, that, and the other. I think it would put me a bit more at ease rather than persisting with the same guys. But look, Adrian Chia, I think you may have hit the nail on the head there, my man. Very good observation and really appreciate the support. We also have Moondog. Why is my internet gone absolutely crazy? Moondog says, I'd rather Donald Duck rather than Dyer. Come on, you Spurs. Paul, I'm going to leave you with that. I have to log out so that my camera resets and log back in. It's crazy. I'll be back in a second. I'll leave you with the Moondog super chat, though.
Right, Moondog. Donald Duck. Well, I mean, you could have Pluto. You could have Goofy.
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. I mean, I agree with what Dave's saying there. It's like when you know we lost the Wolves game, it was dire. It was dire again. And if it was Dorrington doing a cock up, I could swallow it. I really could.
Yeah, I could too, Paul. I mean, the end of that game was shocking. I mean, to be fair to Ben Davies, he played well in that game. He got man in the match for a reason because he did play well. But again, the pair of them, they shot off. They didn't concentrate for the full 90 minutes, and it cost us. But you can't just blame them two players for the Wolves game. It was the whole midfield. It was the whole team.
I think it starts at the back, though, man.
It does. It does start at the back.
If it like when we've got Romero and Van der Ven, everyone everyone ahead of them, they've got the confidence to play that high risk football, knowing that if they cock it up, they've got cover. Whereas when you've got those two clowns behind you, you ain't gonna be risking anything.
No. And also the play at the higher line as well, the back four when Van der Ven and Romero are there. We sat too deep, and that invites teams onto you. You know that yourself. If you sit deep enough, that invites Wolves onto you, and that invited Wolves onto us. They kept pressing and pressing and pressing. It was going to happen. You felt it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Look, we can change it. We can change. We've got Dyer and Davids today. We can't change it.
Well, we don't know that yet, do we?
Well, look, can you see him playing anyone else in the back? Could you see him?
Just quickly, I know my camera's not working, but rumours are Dyer's dropped. Emerson is inside Davies.
Ooh, what do you reckon to that? I'm quite happy with that.
It's better. It's better. I'd put Vicario at centre half after what he did against Chelsea.
I bring Ledley King back from India and play him at centre half just for the game.
Yeah. Oh well, that's the rumor, is it? So Emerson. Dyer's days are gone. Gone.
He wants to play that. So what gets me about Dyer is he wants to run down his contract and leave for nothing in the summer. Levy now has got a chance to say to him, right, I'm going to sell you in January, like it or not. That's it. You're going. And I think that's the way it's got to be. And I think you've got to do that because you can't let him dictate to you what he wants. You've got to dictate to him. He's the player.
Well, we need these players out before we can buy players. You know, and I don't mean that in a balance sheet, sell to buy sort of way.
No, I know you're getting that. You are right.
So I mean, getting rid of Sanchez, I think was a brilliant move because that's one less problem we've got come the January window. And but we need to get Dyer and Davies out the door to if we're thinking of buying centre halves, they need to be gone.
Yeah, and to be fair to Sanchez, when an offer was made, he said, "Okay, I'm not going to get the first team here. I'll go." You look at Eric Dyer. I want to stay to the summer to make it more wanker for me.
That's what made the Wolves game so much more intolerable. It's so much more intolerable. But look, rumors has it circulating around social media that Dyer is benched today. Let's wait and see. But big up Moondog. I agree with you. Apparently, though, he could be benched, which would make my day. I don't think it's Darrington. I do think it's Emerson, but makes my day. Moondog, I think you've got the last three goal scorers correct for Tottenham. Who are you betting on today? I feel like making money. So, let me know so I can run down to the bookies and put on a bet. It'd be nice for something big to come in before Christmas. That'd be unbelievable. And he also says, hit that like button and subscribe. Really do appreciate that. And look, I'm going to do something for Moondog as well here. Anybody wants one-off Spurs pieces made special, you can't buy anywhere. He's your guy. He is your guy. Get in contact with him. He's absolutely brilliant. Big up, Moondog. Now, guys, I do have one more talking point I sort of want to get into before we maybe talk a little bit about the lineups and stuff like that. And then, as usual, I do have a couple of songs to play for everybody to get you guys pumped up. Come on. Absolutely love it.
One of them for Eric Dyer.
Well, no, I've specifically requested to Tim from Spurs Song Sheet, who makes all the songs. Don't give me one about that because I'm not.
We all know Dave is a massive Eric Dyer fan, Paul. We all know that.
Deep
down, right? He has a picture of Eric Dyer by his bed at night, right? And he comes onto these streams say anti-Eric. But behind the scenes, I do love Eric Dyer. I do love a little bit of Eric Dyer. So
yeah, when I'm not on camera, I love Eric Dyer. Eric Dyer loves me.
I mean, I thought I hated Eric Dyer, but Dave has got one up on me, I think. He's pure venom against the guy. Oh, it's deserved, though. It's deserved.
It is. I mean, look, I would play Højbjerg in the back four today.
Yeah, I'd play him instead of Dyer.
I was actually just thinking that when Dave was saying about Emerson, I would play Højbjerg in the back four. He's better than Dyer. Eric Dyer for me is the worst footballer ever in this world. He should be just sold to the Eskimo 11.
What I would say, it would be interesting to see if the decision was made off of last week or whether the decision was made in fear of Aston Villa's pacey front three. Very, very interesting to know if he does make that change, what the thinking is behind it. Hopefully it's long term. That'll be absolutely brilliant. But big up Moondog. And look, I do want to clarify. Like, the thing is, I do want Eric Dyer to come in and play well because it means we get 3 points. However, when he consistently plays crap, that's why I have so much anger towards him. Because you look at a Van de Ven, for instance, bar the hamstring injury, that's an impact the player's supposed to have on the football pitch. For instance, people go on about Lo Celso. Why don't you like Lo Celso? 4 years, less than 30 starts for the football club, 50-odd appearances, 1 goal, 3 assists. Not good enough. You look at the impact James Maddison has had over 12 games. Now, hopefully, people understand when you see the impact of some of the new guys compared to some of the guys I don't like, why I get angry towards these guys. It's not personal. It's to do with what they do on the football pitch and at Tottenham Hotspur, which is why I get annoyed with a lot of these guys. But Paul, I know you're going to love this one, so I'll start with you on this one, and then after this, I want to get a little bit into the lineup. But Ange Postecoglou discusses sticking to his playing style for Spurs despite multiple injuries and recent poor results, saying, "We're at the beginning of trying to build something. It's important to stay focused on the kind of football we want to play and the team we want to be." Now, is Postecoglou right? Or should it be adjustable, adaptable to the injury crisis we are currently going through and the players he has to use at his disposal?
No, he should stick with what he's doing. And I said the same about Conte, even though I hated the style of football. I don't think, a manager knows what they know. And look, Ange isn't changing, man. I haven't seen him play a different. He's not changed in the 20 odd years I've seen him manage. Yeah, he just won't. He won't change, and he shouldn't, because that lets the club off the hook. If you start dicking around, making allowances for players, then, we can do with those players, can't we? Well, no, they're not up to it. They're not up to it. And it's shining a big bloody light on them. That's what he's doing. So, yeah, stick at it.
But what would you say to the people that may be saying, look, he should adjust. He knows he's got players at his disposal that can't play this system, so he should adjust?
I'd say he won the Asian Cup in 2015. He won an A-League. He won a J-League. He won 2 Scottish Premierships. And I know people in England like to shilly-shally and dismiss all that. But the thing is, Angie's a winner. He wins all the time. He won his first championship when he was 11 years old, managing his school team. This is how far back he goes. So if it's a toss-up between Do I trust Ange Postecoglou or some muppet on the internet that doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about? I'm going to trust Ange Postecoglou every day of the week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look, I'm the same. I'd argue he shouldn't be changing his principles and stuff like that. Like, look, there's little things within the tactics you can change, how you press, the area you press, maybe the area you want to exploit on the ball, stuff like that. But the high line, the wanted to be in possession, the attacking football, all them principles, demanding that they press the ball, that has to stay the same. The minute he alleviates from that, everyone else will then want that bit of wiggle room, and then it just causes problems. So I agree with Paul on that. Just quickly, some people saying Darrington is also in the lineup. Interesting. We'll wait and see. Maybe that's a step too far. We'll wait and see. But Darmo, where are you at with the Ange Postecoglou refusing to change?
I don't want him to change. I want him to stay exactly how he is. And all these fans that are saying Ange has to change or back Ange or leave you out and all these, they're not getting behind the principle of Ange. Ange is a winner. Look, anyone says the Scottish League is a 2-bit league, you are so wrong, because you have to beat everyone up there to win that league. It's not an easy win to league. I know everyone's because it's only Celtic and Rangers, but you still got to beat the likes of Aberdeen and St Mirren and all the other teams in there. Ange has won everywhere he's gone. Ange is a winner. Ange will win at Tottenham, but we've got to trust the process. We've got to get behind him, and we don't want them to change. If he starts changing, then he's going away from his philosophy. Then what does that say to the players then? Or hang on a minute. Does the manager not believe in his own philosophy here? Does the manager not believe in his own tactics? So stick to them. That's why he sticks to them. It's to show to the players, I'm sticking with these tactics. I'm sticking with my philosophy. Are you going to follow me or are you not going to follow me? The players that follow me, you will be rewarded. The players that don't follow me, you'll be out the door. And this is what he's finding out now. The players that will follow him and the likes of an Eric Dyer and players like that are saying, oh, yeah, we will follow you, but they're not following him. So they'll be out the door. But look, Ange, don't change. Any fan asking Ange to change, I think, they're being a bit deluded to themselves because then you run the risk of going down to the Mourinhos or the Contes or the Nunos or the Pochettino. Pochettino didn't follow his own philosophy at the end. He changed. Because the players asked him to change. And then the players lost respect for him because he didn't stand by his philosophy. Ange won't be budged. And this is where the players will respect Ange. The fans respect Ange because Ange won't change. And that's the problem. Bill Nick was the same. Keith Birkinshaw was the same.
Birkinshaw, I was going to say, man. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he stuck to his principles. Got us relegated. Stuck to his principle. We got success. Bill Nick was the same. Bill Nick didn't change. Got us success. Come on, let's stick with it. And Ange, don't change. I think if fans want Ange to change, then there's something seriously wrong.
Well, the thing is, like, I guess the argument is, with these players, we should be playing a more pragmatic style. Well, they couldn't bloody well do that last year. Yeah. So, we might as well go and have a bloody go and see what happens instead of we know it don't work. We've seen it.
We've had too many managers playing defensive football. Conte and Mourinho playing. Look, even Mourinho changed his philosophy. The players didn't respect him. Conte, he was like his discipline. Players didn't respect that. Ange is a normal bloke to come in with a normal philosophy. This is how we play. We play to win. We play to enjoy. You go out and you enjoy yourself. The first thing of playing football, you enjoy yourself. Every top manager, from Ferguson to Kenny Dalglish to Bill Nick to Keith Birkinshaw to Sir Matt Busby to Bill Shankly, Brian Clough, you go out, you enjoy yourself, you play as Brian Clough said, you play football on the ground. If God wanted us to play football in the skies, he would put grass in the skies. and that's what it is. Ange is one of those old school managers of the Brian Clough and Bill Shankly and Bill Nick sort of era of football. He was taught by Puskás, who Arthur Rowe taught Puskás. So it's come full circle. So he knows the Tottenham way.
I don't know if you guys have watched the latest Steve Perryman podcast, but you can tell Steve is happy with the way things are going, and he was happy about what we did at Chelsea against Chelsea as well. So it's good enough for me, man.
Yeah.
No, love it. Well, look, let's see what some of the fans have to say on it. Interested to see if people see it the same way as us on the panel. So we'll crack
Well, I
into
might get
that.
feisty if I see some of these. Let's have a look. Let me have 'em,
Timmy's
Dave.
Timmy's on about hearing rumors. So look, yeah, I get it. Like I said, there are rumors on social media. But look, be interested to see if that is the case. Thomas says Ange is the best coach we had since Poch. Peter Aga says in Ange we trust, but I don't trust if he chooses to start with Dyer, Davies, and Højbjerg. Fair
Leave my
point.
Højbjerg alone.
Geoff Totten says, yep, pay Dyer out last 6 months. Absolutely. Darius says, let Ange do what he does. In Ange we trust 3-0. We have Child says, if you change now just because of injuries, you lose the habits you were trying to build by the time those players come back. And I think, he's absolutely spot on here, Paul, right?
Absolutely.
Philly 2109 says, Paul, I agree, no manager. Big up, Philly. Hopefully you're keeping well, sir. Should have to change his philosophy or style to accommodate bad players like Dyer, who have failed under numerous managers. Absolutely agree with that. Ribsy says I could be that muppet. What is he talking about? Faz Rafar, no, he should not change the system. Let him go on his way.
On your chat.
Of doing things. And then we have George Kadara says he went to a World Cup playing the same way, not scared.
And he was under a hell of a lot of bloody pressure from the powers that be in football Australia and the media. It was like, we're Australia, we should be playing, we're not good enough to play attacking football. And Ange just said, no, we're doing it this way. And he got a success.
So look, I think, well, this chat agrees with you. This is only a small example of the Spurs fan base, but interested to see where everybody else is at with it. Good evening there. Good afternoon. Kev, hopefully you're keeping well, my man. Great to see you in the building. And then we have Faz Rafar. Big up Faz. He says, don't be blinkered with short-term results. Trust Ange.
Yeah, we should. I mean, Ange has proved himself already with the start we've had that he can do the job. And this is, look, I agree with Paul. And me and Paul are on the same page here. We've seen it enough, haven't we, Paul, in the 80s and how we were then. And I always said this team reminds me of the 80s Spurs.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but there's something
happening, man.
There's something, you can feel it in the air. You can feel, there's the Bill Nick, there's the sort of Arthur. We're playing the more upgraded push and run side. That's how we're playing. We're playing the more adapted push and run. Once Tottenham play push and run, success will follow. We saw it in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Even Terry Venables played some sort of it in his time in the 90s. And we've been missing it since Poch came in. Poch played a little bit of it, but Poch, as I said, changed. He went away from his philosophy and it didn't work. There's something growing. There's something special. I can smell it. I can taste it. And look, we've got to trust Ange in what he's doing. He's a winner.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, Paul. So go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, look, and if we go, we've got this sticky patch because the players are out, and if we lose a load of games, that's not bloody Ange's fault. It's because the players are shit. They're shit. We've seen them do this before, man. Yeah. Like you mentioned, bloody Lo Celso, dude. He's all right for Argentina. You stick one of these on his chest, and he goes to shit every fucking time.
We've got to now realize we can't stop blaming managers. We've done that and it doesn't work. It's not the manager's fault. It's the players are on the pitch. Once you cross that white line, it's the M11 play. It's like going any job. You don't fulfill your obligations in your job. Who are you going to blame? You can't blame the boss. You can't blame the owner of the company. You have to blame yourself. These players have to be blamed, and we're not blaming these players. And when we do blame the players, we get criticised for blaming them. They're only players. Leave them alone. It's Levy. It's the manager. But hang on a minute. Who's the one that? Who's the player that gifted Liverpool a goal last season? Who's the players that gifted 2 goals to Wolves this season? Who's the players that have let us down time and time again when they haven't turned up for finals in the Champions League final, League Cup finals, FA Cup semi-finals, when we were chasing the league? Who let us down? It's the players. When them players cross them white line, them 11 players are responsible for what happens at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club.
Yeah.
Not Levy, not the manager, not the coaches, nobody. It's them players. They have to start taking responsibility. Ferguson, you look at United through all their success. Them players left that dressing room knowing full well when we cross that line, we're Manchester United. Roy Keane and his team talk, we're Man United. These players have to learn that when they cross that line, we're Tottenham Hotspur, and they have to learn that. You don't start blaming managers or everybody else because these players are scaredy cats. They need to be taught. You have to take responsibility.
Look, I've been at this point for quite some time with managers. You know, I refuse to blame them when results are going bad, when Dyer and Davies and that are in the team. I knew under Pochettino they weren't good. I was campaigning under Pochettino to get them fuckers out and bring in better backups, you know. And now all of a sudden they come into the first team. So for me, I just won't put the blame on any manager until that squad depth is absolutely sorted out. But big up Faz Radfire, absolutely spot on, bringing the best out of the boys there with that super chat, my man. Really do appreciate it. And then my mate Mikey, big up Mikey. Where is he? Where's the comment? He says, Dave, we're going Xmas shopping next Saturday, our annual shopping trip. Yeah, I'll go, my man. I would say I'm already shopped out. You know, I've been abused as a bag carrier, you know, the last couple of weekends. I do not like it, my man. But yeah, I'll go with you. We'll help pick your mother out present, my man. Big up, Mike. Good
just
to see
if Dave goes missing over the next couple of weekends, we know it's happened. He's been kidnapped by I don't know, Dunn stores or
He'd
Tesco's.
He'd be like that Father Ted episodes where the priests get lost in the lingerie department.
Yeah, that if you go into a shopping centre, you can't find Dave Harris. You know where he is.
Love it, love it. Well, look, guys, I did actually want to sort of get in and maybe talk a little bit about the team, the midfield, all that sort of jazz. But we are starting to run out of time. So if you want to hear me and Paul talk about the midfield and people like that, please follow us over on
what a teaser. You're a pro, man. You're a pro.
I was looking forward to the team talk. Damn, I'm going to miss it. I just have to watch you guys now. Damn.
Well, you can come on over with us if you want, Dermo.
Yeah, do you know what? I might as well.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll come over. I make my appearance. I make my debut on We Are Tottenham TV. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah,
Spurs GCTV member for 2 months says, let's go. Come on, you Spurs. We can do this today. We are Spurs fans. So by definition, we have to support through thick and thin. Absolutely spot on, Spurs GCTV. Look, I'm pumped. Do you know what? Sort of off the back of international breaks, I come in nervous because I think we'll all agree the games off the back of the international breaks are a bit dull at times, a bit hard, a bit slow to get going. And it makes me a little bit nervous. But then I come to the pre-match show and, Paul and Dermot, which I have to say, I've been really enjoying the last while with these two guys. I think they've been brilliant shows. And the guys I leave here absolutely raring to go. Sometimes I have to stick on the hard helmet and just run through walls, just to sort of calm down a little bit. But absolutely, look, through thick and thin, this is what matters, my man, and we'll always be behind this for sure, 100%. Paul's got the newer version on. I love it.
I'll just show my cockroach. There we go. There you go.
Just saying,
fit me. It doesn't
just
fit
saying.
Me.
If there is anybody out there that wants to get Dave a Christmas present, I would like what Paul has on him right now, which is the Spurs jersey. He's got Hotspur hippie on the back. I'd like IrishHotspur on the back.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I get one with.
To send me a Christmas present. Feel free.
What do you reckon should have on my back? Dermatron or just Tron?
Oh, Tron.
Tron.
See, my nickname has now been shortened from it was Dermo, then it went to Dermotron. Now it's been shortened to Tron now.
I love it. And then big up Thomas said he really enjoyed today. Big up Philly. It's been 4 years since we began Dyer and Weeks watch. Philly, my man. I remember them days so much, man. And look, the reality is I've got an absolute awful lot of hate, a lot of pelters for my views on some of these guys in the past. But one thing I take solace from Philly, and I think you should do the same. The more they leave and the more we upgrade, the more we've been proven right on it, is what I would say, Philly. So take solace in that, but you're dead right, though. It's been a long time battling for it, my man. Long time battling for it, But I'm going to play a couple of songs for people. I'm going to play 2 out of my bag of tricks, and then we'll come back.
Sorry, Dave.
Actually,
I don't know.
It first.
I don't know if that's true. The news SI dancer is there. I'm going to check that if that news is true.
Big up Soren as well. Absolute legend. Hopefully you're keeping well. SI dancer. Oh, That's true. That's
Yeah.
very, very sad.
No.
Yeah, that is very sad.
Really? Is that
Very sad.
Yeah, I'm just
Let me have a look
checking
on
now.
me a minute.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But look, why Dermot's looking to see if that's true, Paul. Where can people find you, and why do they need to get over to land at a Hippie Hotspur and subscribe?
Well, they can find me at Hotspur Hippie. I stream now and then. I do videos. I keep it light. You know, I got a bit angry. I got a bit angry here because we got stuck into talking about Eric Dyer for too long. So, you know, come along, have fun. Why not?
Yeah, it's true, Dave. I've just seen it's just broke 2 minutes ago. The former Tottenham player and Tottenham manager and England manager Terry Venables has passed away at the age of 80.
Sad news. Sad news there. Very sad news.
It is.
Didn't need anything. You know, it's overshadowing today's game. Very sad.
Yeah.
Very sad. But you know what? Hopefully the players can play for, you know, in the spirit and the memory of him today as well. That'd be absolutely awesome. People, please do get over and subscribe to Paul's channel. Look, I absolutely love him. He's the one that sort of presented Ange Postecoglou to the Spurs fan base. But not only that, an absolute genuine guy, one of the guys I do call a friend from this community. So please get over there, smash the subscribe button, and help him out on his journey. Dermo, where can people find you, my man? Why should they get on THFC till I die?
I mean, after that, I will be putting something out later today about Terry Venables, because we are the history channel as well. And get more thoughts on it. If you like what I have to say, please join me and Philip and Mia over in THFC Till I Die, the home of Tottenham past, present, and the exciting future, where we do everything from the past, from Tottenham's great history to watch-alongs, which I'm doing today, post-match, pre-match, the roundtable discussion, which we've now started on Thursday, the Cockle Clock podcast, which will be returning as well. And we look at the Premier League as a whole. With me and Colin, we'll go through the whole Premier League. So we do everything, a little bit of everything. And also we are starting THFC Till I Die Boxing. That's coming out as well, new channel, as well as THFC F1 Till We Die, which is starting next March as well. So we've got a couple of new channels starting up, as well as the football channel. We're trying to expand our brand into other areas, and we also got rugby as well, which me and Philip will be covering the Six Nations. So if you like any sports, please come over to THFC as we grow our brand and get as big as
DT Sports, Dermatron Sports.
Yeah, well, look, it's something people have been asking for, and we got a lot of other people come into our channel that like other sports. So we try to please everyone, and I love boxing as well as you do, and hopefully get you one for that big fight, the 23rd, Dave. And also the USIC, maybe do some UFC as well, who knows, but very sad news about Terry Venables, very sad about that, and may he rest in peace. And just very quickly, Dave, he played for Tottenham between 1966 to 69, of course won the 67 Cup final with us, and also managers between 1987 to 1991, and of course won the FA Cup as well in 91. So may he rest in peace. Come on, you Spurs.
Yeah, very, very sad news. Hopefully we can honour him with 3 points today. People, please do get across and check out THFC Till I Die. Him and Philip Brady over there again. 2 guys that I do call friends from this community. So please get over there and smash that subscribe button and help them out on their journey. Another guy I like to call a friend, William Kelly. Come on, you Spurs. Good to see 3 legends together. William, hopefully you're keeping well, my man. Hopefully life is treating you well. Hopefully things with the new missus is still going good. Hopefully all the kids are okay as well, sir. And hopefully life down under is better than ever before, my man. Good to see you in the building. And look, come on, you Spurs, William. Hopefully we can get the win for you and Luke, my man. Let's go. Big up, William. Really do appreciate support. And good to see you in. You put a smile on my face, my man. But look, as usual, you know I like to play a couple of songs for everybody to sort of get everybody pumped up. So I'm going to pick out 2 now. We're going to play a couple, and then we will be ending off. But while we're doing that, please check out the guys' channels and subscribe. Now, what do we want? Do we want a bit of everywhere Tottenham? Do we want Let It Be? Or When the Spurs? Or You? What we
bit of Zombie. Play a bit of Zombie.
Sonny's one.
Yeah, I love Zombie.
Right, give me a second. Asking a lot here, Dermot. I could barely, I don't know why I could barely read this. What's going on?
Yeah, you need glasses.
I'm so stupid.
You're getting old. You're getting old like me. We need glasses. Paul's the other one that doesn't need glasses. He's like, or does he wear them?
No, but maybe I should at times.
Right, I've got it.
I'm doing the stream right, and you're trying. I have to change glasses through the stream just to read the chat because I can't read it without my glasses. Because we're getting old.
I like to think I'm not, but I definitely am. But guys, here's a couple of songs for you to get you absolutely pumped up on request from Dermo. Let's go.
He's with me, he's Sonny, part of our family. In your head, Son is flying, leading us with his pace and that smile on his face. At the lane, we're all crying. He's in my head, Sonny, 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 You were working as a manager at Celtic Park when we met you. We picked you out, you shook us up and turned us around. You've turned us into something new. Ange Postecoglou, you know that we believe it when you say you're gonna change it. Ange Postecoglou, we're the mighty Tottenham and nobody's gonna stop them. Oh, we look so fine in blue and lily white. And then he said to me, I'm from a land down under. Postecoglou, baby, Postecoglou, oh, Postecoglou, baby, Postecoglou, oh, Postecoglou, baby, Postecoglou, oh, Postecoglou, baby, Postecoglou, oh, oh.
This one's about our left back, our destiny, because I want to dance with Udogie.
When the night falls, my destiny calls. Oh, I wanna dance with you, doggy. I wanna win the league with you, doggy. Yeah, I wanna dance with you, doggy. Oh, with you, doggy, who loves me. Oh, I wanna dance with you, doggy. I wanna win the league with you, doggy. Yeah, I wanna dance with you, doggy. Oh, with you, doggy, who loves me. Oh, I wanna dance with you, doggy. I wanna win the league with you, doggy. Yeah, I wanna dance with you, doggy. Oh, with you, doggy, who loves me. Oh, I wanna dance with you, doggy. I wanna win the league with you, doggy. Yeah, I wanna dance with you, doggy. Oh, with you, doggy, who loves me.
This is an old song that's written a while ago, but plenty of people have written into me or just said they really like it. So this one's called Everywhere Tottenham.
Can you hear us calling out your name? From the shelf side and from the back lane. We'll always follow Lily, white and blue. In Tottenham Hotspur I can smile without you. Ooh, we'll follow you everywhere. Ooh, we'll follow you everywhere. Follow you everywhere. Can you hear us calling out your name? And from the shelf side and from the back lane, we'll always follow Lily, white and blue. And Tottenham Hotspur I can smile without you. Ooh, we'll follow you everywhere. Ooh, follow you everywhere, follow you everywhere.
Thank you.
There you have it, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed that little Spurs medley that Tim does put together for you guys for these pump ups. I have put his channel in the chat if anyone wants more of his music, more of his songs to get you pumped up. There's a variety of them. There's so much more. Please get over, check it out. Hopefully me, Paul, and Dermotron have got you guys absolutely pumped up for today's game, ready to go. Follow us over on We Are Tottenham TV, where we will continue this discussion. As always, come on, you Spurs.
Come on,
in the
Spurs.
mighty hand, we trust. We never stop. See you all back here at half one for the watch along.
Come on, you Spurs. Rest in peace, Hotel.